Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sam Capizzi here with Sam's One Life. I apologize for not making a video in a little bit. I was a bit busy with the holidays, and I'll be honest, I felt like I was a bit slacking off the past couple weeks. I've been living at home the past 2 months since I've come back from Southeast Asia. I'm actually getting ready to leave tomorrow for some new travels, which I'm really excited about. And I just noticed that I've been letting depression and sadness and unhappiness, I think, sink back into my life a little bit since being back home. I've had a couple negative tendencies or habits that I don't really like. So just playing video games a little bit, and it was sort of bringing me down a bit. And I talked about how important it is to get outside of your house or out of your home or in a new environment. And just one of my other videos, which you can check out below, I provided a link for that. And I think that sort of hit me, and I realized that getting out is important. So I'm really looking forward to taking this vacation, and I think it's important to, I think at my age certainly, to get outside of my parents' house at this point. I don't think I'll ever live here long term again. I came back because I knew I was going to be doing a little bit of traveling when I got back home about a month and a half, 2 months ago, so it wasn't too big of a deal. So anyway, today what I want to talk about is finding a job you love and why it's so important to your happiness and your wellness overall. I don't know about you, but I was in a job that just was not making me happy. I took the first job I was given out of school, and it seemed like the right fit. You know, it paid very well. It was a small company, and everything was great about it. I had health insurance. I liked the people I was working with, and there's really nothing bad with it. I think I was so excited to start, and I hadn't really thought much about what would actually make me happy, and I started to really just get into deep depression, and I think this was one of the most important key contributors to my depression, and I don't think I had realized it at first, and it didn't really happen overnight. I think slowly and little by little I just grew I just wasn't passionate about my work, and I think that really started to parlay into my attitude. I was just not fully present at work. I wasn't giving my all. I was sort of slowly becoming that person that just puts in the work enough to not get fired and go home. And really at a certain point, it was actually even less than not getting fired. I think I was actually taking advantage of my position that I was in. And it really didn't do anything for my well-being and my happiness. In fact, it really took a lot of that away. And it was really hard to recognize that. And the biggest thing that I think that helped me, and it didn't happen overnight. I started to look at successful people, other entrepreneurs, people that were doing jobs that they loved. I was looking at, how did they get into that position? They love what they're doing. And I talked with a lot of other entrepreneurs, and they really started to point me towards taking personality tests. And I think that they are really a wonderful, great tool to help you understand what you are and what you like to do and how you act and how you think and how you can actually contribute to the world in a successful and meaningful way. There's a quote I love that goes, "Success follows happiness, not the other way around." You don't become successful and then get happy. And I think that that's what I was trying to do before. I was very money focused. I was very, valued position and my position and title a lot. And I thought that if I got to a certain position or made a certain amount of money, then I would become happy. I didn't really think about what career would actually make me happy, and then how I could rise to, a top level and become successful in that field. So personality tests are something that helped me do this a lot. They helped me at least figure out what I wanted to do that would make me happy. And that's sort of what led me down the path of eventually quitting my job as an engineer and becoming a health and wellness coach. Basically, I started taking classes online to get certified as a health and wellness coach. So I took basically as many personality tests as I could, and some were paid, some weren't. Some I took through potential employers that they make you sit down for an hour or so and take a test. And I'll be honest, some of them were more beneficial than others. I'll be honest, not all of them are going to say something amazing or profound about you. I remember taking one when I was in high school that told me I was going to be a bus driver, and I remember sitting there and I was like, geez, if that's all the world has in store for me, then that is not very exciting. So there's going to be some that are out there that are better than others, but I think if you sit down and you try to take maybe one a day, and you'll start to see similarities with them, and at least I did. I started to see commonalities between several of them. Like I said, not all of them were amazing, but I started to narrow down sort of who I was and how I wanted to contribute to the world. And the personality test that actually helped me the most, I think, was one on 16personalities.com. And I have mine printed out here, and I just really wanted to share this with you guys. This was not the first one I took. This was maybe the 10th one I took. But by the time I got to this one really nailed down and hit me in the face with what it was. I was like, wow. It sort of took all the other ones and put them together. And for the amount of time I spent on it, it literally only took 10 minutes at the most to answer these questions. And it categorizes you into 16 different personalities, and it gives you a really in-depth review into several areas of life, I guess. For example, here it tells you your strengths, your weaknesses. It's really comprehensive. I think this thing is over 20 pages, and it goes over things like romantic relationships, friendships, how you would be as a parent, your work, your career, and breaks down what your personality is and how you might act in those different areas of life depending upon what personality you got. And then at the end, something that I thought was really cool is it actually lists a couple people that are that personality type that you might know of. For example, mine, I got Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa. I was an advocate personality, and it sort of made sense. I was like, wow. And I went through and I highlighted literally every piece of information that I sort of agreed with. And as you can see, there are a lot. I highlighted a lot of stuff. And yes, it takes time to do this. But you can do a personality test. Do one a day. Do one or two a week, whatever you have time for. And sit down and read them. And take it seriously, because I think working a job you like is really important for your happiness and your well-being. It's not just about making money at the end of the day. Having a job you like impacts not just you either, it impacts everyone around you. When you're happy, you like going to work, you are going to sort of parlay that emotion into other people in the rest of your lives. When you're at home, you're going to be less stressed, and it's sort of, you're almost doing a disservice by not finding a job that you were passionate about. You're not going to contribute to the world at the full potential or capacity that you have. And you're really going to just be shortchanging, like I said, not only yourself, but basically the rest of the world. I think everybody has a way that they can provide something meaningful to the world, and it's really up to you to figure out what that is. And I think personality tests are a great way to start that. Another quote that I want to share before I finish is, think about what you can talk about on a Saturday night pretty much endlessly. You're staying up late and you're not going out. What can you talk about with your friends or family and stay up all night talking about that really interests you? That was actually something I took from Tai Lopez that I learned. And I remember writing down a list of the things that I could talk about that interested me, and I could stay up all night talking about them. I think that's another good way to start thinking about what it is that you might want to do. And I think if you take all that information, I think you'll have a pretty good pile of tools and resources to pull from it and get an idea of what it is that you want to do. So again, this is 16personalities.com. Please, I'll provide the link below. I would highly recommend it. If you're not going to take any others, this is the shortest one that you could possibly take, and I think get the most amount of information from it. It's really remarkable. So thank you, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. I'll be trying to make videos as I continue my travels, and if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you. And please subscribe if you like what you're listening to. Hit that subscribe button below. And again, I will talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing day.